Hello everyone, it is D-Man number 5, and today I am talking about a theory that I mentioned in my last video that was released a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, go check it out right now so you can kind of know what I'm talking about, and so you can see the theories I have for Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty and the characters that might be in it and characters that might play a big role in it. Alright, so today, if you saw by the title, I will be talking about how the Sony Spider-Man spin-off universe will end. Now, this is not including the Spider-Verse. This is mainly including the Venom movies, Morbius, and the Craven movie that is coming out, the Madam Web movie, and I think there's another one coming out, but I can't remember the name of it. But those movies are somehow connected in some way. How Morbius and Venom are connected is because Venom was somewhat mentioned in Morbius when one of the detectives said it's like the same thing in San Francisco, meaning Venom, who operates in San Francisco. So, yeah, and Craven's just connected because it's a Sony property. Madam Web is connected because, again, all the movies I'm talking about are Sony properties and are confirmed to be in the same universe somehow. It doesn't really make sense, but anyway, let's get into it. So, this is not only going to be about how their universe will end and how basically Kevin Feige and Marvel retconned all of it, but also how the characters from that universe will be playing a role in the upcoming Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. How it will end is because, well, the event that will cause that universe to end is actually pretty smart, and even Kevin Feige said how it works, and it was mentioned in Multiverse of Madness by Mr. Fantastic, who was played by John Krasinski, when he said that when another person from another universe enters another universe, like say, well, this actually happened, like in Morbius, when Vulture from the MCU and Spider-Man Homecoming came into the Sony Verse, and it was a post-grad scene, and he was like let free, and then they're teasing a team up with him and Morbius, and that is a problem because if a person from another universe is in, again, another universe, it's going to cause an incursion. Now, an incursion is when two universes will either collide or one of the universes will be destroyed. And I think it's going to be when two universes collide. And it will cause really bad problems for both universes. And that basically confirms that, like, the Sonyverse is basically in trouble even before it was already in trouble, because not only did the MCU and Kevin Feige find a way to almost include the Sony characters, but also to basically kill them off, because if we remember from Venom Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man No Way Home, both of their post-credit scenes, Venom was taken to the MCU and then taken out. And you want to know something? When Venom was brought into the MCU, Sony didn't talk to Kevin Feige about that at all. Like, at all. So what they had to do? They had to film scenes with Tom Hardy for No Way Home, and then Sony did the exact same thing, except they brought one of the MCU's characters into the Sonyverse, which was Vulture, played by Michael Keaton. Now, if Vulture continues to stay in the Sonyverse, bad things are going to happen. Like, again, like universal destruction, bad. Now, I don't know, like, if they'll either collide and the universe will be destroyed, or if the Sonyverse itself will just be destroyed along with Michael Keaton. But yeah, sorry. So Kevin Feige, it's weird, like, how this all plays out, because now the Sony characters can actually play a role in if they do end up being in not Multiverse Madness, in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, because now, as I mentioned in my last video, they're fighting because their universes will be destroyed if none of them wins. So now the Sony Verse already is in trouble because now an incursion might happen, and now they're gonna have to fight for their own universe. And yeah, it's really like almost genius but yet confusing of how Kevin Feige worked his way around all of this. He basically said, yeah, Vulture can be in the Sonyverse, but that's going to cause an incursion, which will destroy the Sonyverse. But also, it can somehow work. Because then that gives, like, it can give them a reason to be in the film. And yeah, it's mind-boggling. Like, when I was writing, like, how it all worked, it was like, it's like, okay, you figured out another loophole, but then you got another one coming, and it's like, it's crazy. But yeah, if Vulture continues to stay in the Sonyverse, incursion will happen, which is what happened in Multiverse of Madness when Doctor Strange went to, I'm just going to call it the Illuminati universe. And that caused, if you've seen Multiverse of Madness, caused all sorts of problems. And yeah, that's basically what you have. Basically, this is gonna be a short video. I had like a whole thing here, but I realized you don't really need it. Basically, if another universe brings in another one, brings in another person from another universe, that'll cause an incursion, which either destroy that universe or the two universes will collide and destroy each other. The only way how that can be fixed is if you either send that person back to their own universe. And if Vulture continues to stay in the Sonyverse, it's going to cause an incursion and bad things are going to happen. And if they do follow through with this theory that they keep Vulture there and they bring in the Sonyverse characters, then they can be used in Secret Wars and fix the incursion. But then it'll lead to bigger problems, and which will lead to Secret Wars. Oh my god, multiverses and alternate timelines are so confusing for me sometimes. It's just so goddamn frustrating, especially with all these contracts and everything. Now, do I think that this is an actual and legitimate theory and something that will happen? I don't think so. Because as much of a genius that Kevin Feige is, I don't think I do believe that he worked his way around Vulture being in there by saying if an incursion is, if another person from a universe is in another universe, it causes an incursion. So that's his way of saying, yeah, the Sonyverse can basically be destroyed at this point. But I don't think they're gonna like follow through with bringing in the Sony characters, because as cool that would be, there's contracts, there's legal teams, there's a lot to it. But if it does happen, that'd be cool. I kind of think that this is a probable thing to happen, but again, I don't think it is, because I doubt Marvel's gonna focus on this. I think they will focus on bringing in other alternate universe characters like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman, all their characters. Maybe some other ones that we haven't seen, like Wesley Snipes' Blade, who I praise. But I don't think Marvel is going to be like, yeah, remember that thing that we talked about where like Vulture was brought into the Sonyverse and that can cause an incursion that we mentioned in Multiverse of Madness? Why don't we bring them in? I don't think that's possible. I don't think that will happen, but if it does, Kevin, you can check out this video, you can talk to me, I can give you some pointers. So, yeah, that's it for today's video. If this didn't make sense, I'm sorry. Again, and yeah, if it didn't make sense, put it in the comments, and I will try my best to explain it there. But, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, because you're going to want to be on the lookout for my next video. It's not Multiverse 1 anymore. But still MCU related. It's how Doctor Doom can debut in the MCU. I think you guys might like it. All right, that's it for today on D-Man number 5. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.